Good day, everyone. Behrooz here, worker with Toronto Real Estate Board. I'm excited to report to you another month of Toronto real estate market stats. As we enter the spring real estate season, the Greater Toronto Area market is presenting a nuanced landscape, a defined rising inventory, and adjusting in prices, a divergence market pressure which is facing buyers and sellers at the same time. This is exciting to me because it's a play out between two human who at one point the sellers were talking all the numbers and were calling all the cards here, but now it's a human to human interaction that is playing out very well at the same time. As you understand, sometimes there's a foul play and somebody is not playing that well the cards that they have, and those cards are worthy. I'm going to explain to you in the rest of the video, but let's start with the concrete facts about this month. In this month, we had 23% less number of transactions of a year-over-year basis, and that translated into rise of inventory of close to 8%. Now, at 18,000 and change, well, close to 19,000 number of inventory, the buyers have most of the cards. Average selling price being close to 1.1 million, which is down close to 4% from last year's April this time. Well, it's a very plain fact that buyers are having a greater number of cards and greater cards than the sellers at this time. However, there is a lot of hope for sellers in this market because the education is the key. If you break down the stats the same way as I am doing in all the stats, yes, these are pure data that I'm talking about, but if you listen to these videos and try to navigate the market through the lenses that I'm providing to you, you can take a benefit, whether you are a buyer or a seller. Not everyone is watching the videos that I'm making. Highest price areas in Toronto are remaining to be the same areas as it has ever been. However, there is a change here. Just before, not long time ago, before Oakville had been the most expensive area, but now when you're breaking down the stats, you see the detached in the Vaughan area is just as high as $1.7 million, an average stat that's reported in the month of April. However, Oakville is falling to the second or third place, which is close to $1.5 million. And the most affordable ones, like always, there are Oshawa, there are Clarington, there are suburbs, there are areas that are eastern, mostly eastern side of Toronto, and they are unfortunately being hit by the economy facts that we have. Closed down of few factories and warehousing units, and unemployment there is now is a concern to the individuals who are living there, to the individuals in charge of the areas. Now, the fact that there's just tale of one more thing that is sad in the market of Toronto is that the condo market that was hot at some point, to the extent that the prices were increased by 6 to 7%, to the same tune as the freehold market, where freehold markets were improving. Now, the condo market in Toronto, especially in condo market Toronto Central, with an available inventory of close to 4,000 listings, is under significant pressure at the moment. Now, whether the sizing has been an issue, which I've been explaining to you, the sizing is an issue, or there is something else, that the pool of buyers for those condos are now drying out and the money is leaving that sector of the market. We are yet to see that, but the fact is that, as I've always been explaining to you, there's only way to live affordably in Toronto, in central part of Toronto, and that is to live in the condos. Now, there is still a price pressure on condos where the prices in the general GTA is close to $680,000, which is down again 7.2% from last year this time. But the fact is that condo market in Toronto, in the central Toronto area, is showing more resilience, and the prices are actually close to 700 and change. That means that people choose to live in condos still, but it leads us to understand that the price problem there is the sizing. Now, I think the price, personally, I think the sizing and the prices are going to be under a lot of criticism when it comes to 905 areas outside of Toronto, because you go outside of Toronto to live in a more relaxed environment. Now you're presented with only choice of brand new condos that are very small and are not built according to the need of the region. Condo inventory is high, close to 7.3 month of inventory that we have. To some extent, it rises to 10 months of inventory. But the average days on the market in general stays close to a month and a half. Now, let's move out of the condo market and breaking down the stats and talk about who are the buyers and sellers in the market today. Now, if you take a moment to evaluate if you are a buyer, this may be a favorable negotiating power and the time to negotiate the prices that we have. I'm still very much saddened by the fact that buyers are not negotiating, or people who are helping buyers are not negotiating to the extent that I like and I see the valuation be. Rather than extending these times of correction to 6 months until we see the prices, the buyers and buyers agents should be able to get those prices today. That's what I'm saying. When the listing inventory is historically evaluated, you get an understanding of how much power you as a buyer have in this market. On a year-over-year basis, prices are down across nearly all housing types. So what are you waiting for to negotiate something to your benefit? Because a time comes and the market turns in certain sectors that you are of interest to that, and you're going to miss out on plenty of things that are happening at the moment. So use that to your benefits. And condo markets are taking a longer time, so you have more time to shop around if you're in the condo market. So you see, there is a fact of trade-off between how much time you put aside to go on the market and negotiate something. So I'm gonna get into that, but you don't have to sacrifice the benefits that you're getting over the speed of things. So you have to have somebody on your side who understands you, your money, a hard-earned money that you have, and the number of cards and the power of those cards that you have to play. Now, the whole thing, I know, the pool of buyers can deteriorate very much so if the economy takes to the worst turn. We are not hoping for that, but we have to consider that the caveat, if the economy worsens, the prices may continue to fail. But if the confidence improves, we may see the bottom of the market very soon. So be aware of that. And contact few different individuals. You need more than one opinion, because that's a biggest purchase of your life. Now, the prices are stabilizing across the market very soon if the economy goes into more of a stable situation. The relationship between the US and Canada improves, and the sentiment in the market would turn overnight. And you'll see how the market changes if you are not acting right now, or not ready to act as soon as you gain the confidence. So be in the market, be present, and actively negotiate to your benefit. But for sellers, this strategy that's the key. This strategy should be the first thing. The speed of things has been important for years. It has been an important topic for years because you are being sold of the situation that most agents would create, multiple offer situation. They don't know how to price the property. They just price it low and they let the market play out. But now the strategy is different. You may insult a small pool of buyers who are looking at your property if you're not strategic, if you're not right about what to expect from the market. So it goes back to your expectations. Sellers now need to navigate this slower market and selective pool of buyers who are coming to them. The average sales to list ratio is still dropping. It's still not at 100% or more than 100% as it has been over the course of 10 years. It's closer to 100%, but showing it that it's less than 100%, it means that the price pressure on the downward price pressure is still on. Now, the properties are sitting longer on the market. Again, for you to strategize, you need to know all of these before you're coming on the market, or consider these as factors that are influencing the price that you have. A tip for the seller right now is to price sharply and prepare for longer listing periods. And consider doing a few things that are of value to the buyers and are reducing the tensions that you have during the negotiation between, as I said, a selective pool of buyers and your agents and you. Now, buyers have to be aware of, as I said, the economic factor, and in the outlook that we have about the market is some kind of a trajectory that is flat for a course of less than a year. But that doesn't mean that the property that you want or the economy that everybody's waiting for a big inflation to hit again in the market because a lot of incentives coming from the government, the economy might not be to your benefit. So all in all, both for the sellers and the buyers, if the economic deterioration persists or the global trade tensions rise, expect a further downward pressure on the prices and uncertainties. Well, trade relationship is very important, but the conclusion is that caution and clarity of mind are two certain things that you have to always keep in mind and be aware of and practice that. As I said, be prepared. Do your practice right now before you come on the market. Whether you're a seller or buyer, it doesn't matter to me. I am more proficient in helping you understand how the market is and navigating you through all different sorts of market, because my mind has the clarity that is needed, especially in this market. And you have to be calm and cautious and assess in real time what's happening in the market and be more vigilant of the changes in the market. Sales are down, supply is up, prices are softening, and condo sector and freehold sector are acting kind of similar, but they are different. Now, when you hold more cards than you have in many years, especially for buyers or sellers who want to buy, they have to have a trade-off between what they are selling and what they are buying. So you must adjust your expectations and focus on the market strategy, not just the timing of things. As I said, buyers and sellers won't matter anymore. The benefit that you're putting on the table and leaving on the table for the other side to grab is something that you have to worry about. It's not about the money, it's about the trade-off that you have. Whether you're on the market now or watching from a sideline, the message is the same. This is a transitional market. Ground yourself and use the data that I am sharing with you to your benefit. and make a move when the circumstances and your conditions align. I'm here to help, and thank you very much for watching the video. It was a long video. Share that with people that you care about. Thank you. See you on the next video.